Hey guys, bear with me. I don't have a pen or anything. So, sorry I was out yesterday. I'm out again today. I'm hoping to be back tomorrow. I wasn't feeling good, and Elise is pretty sick. So, I am going to walk you through this activity and then show you something else on a blank page with the graphing calculator, and then you guys will start unit 5. It looked like, from what I checked, I'm not really sure what you guys did yesterday, but you should have worked on Mathia yesterday, and some people still aren't done with unit 4, so you'll need to finish that first. So you will need your book open to page 538, and you will also need your graphing calculator open. It'll probably be helpful. All right, let's get started. So here it says we're solving exponential equations by graphing. So a construction company bought a new bulldozer for $125,000. The bulldozer depreciates exponentially. After 2 years, the value of the bulldozer is $80,000. So obviously depreciates means that it's going to be falling. If you go from 125,000 to 80,000 in 2 years, so we have 80,000 over 125,000. So this gives us 16 over 25. Since it's over 2 years, you have to take the square root of that. Now, that's not something you're going to have to know per se, so don't freak out if you don't really know. How to do that. But anyway, you take this square root since it's over 2 years, and we're talking about exponents. 16 over 25, which gives you 0.8, which is 4/5. Again, you don't need to know that part. The thing you're going to have to know is, like, is it growth or decay? So if it's under 1, then it's growth. If it's under 1, it's decay. If it's over 1, it's growth. So our equation here is y equals 125,000 times 4/5 to the x power. And again, that 4/5 isn't all that big of a deal. Okay, sorry if there was a pause there. I had to go check on Elise. Remember that 4/5 x to the x part. That part you don't really necessarily have to know. You have to know things like if it's an increase of 12%, you know that that's 1.12, and that's going to be growth. So those are the kinds of things you need to know. This is more just finding answers to things. So anyway, we can use that equation, and now we can type in all of these things. I have 125,000 times 4/5 raised to the 0 power. Obviously, that's our starting value. Sorry, that's going to give us 125,000. I was going to try to use the text box. Maybe I should try that. All right, and then we can put 2.5 up here. Gives us 71,554. forget what I said already. We can put 5 in here. 40,960. Obviously, so you just know that you can plug that in for X. We don't need to do the whole thing. So again, for the graph piece, it would obviously start at 125,000, and it would be going down, right? But really, we can use graphing Desmos for this. So here, you can fill out the rest of this chart if you want to. Here it says the company wants to sell the bulldozer and get at least 25,000 from the sale. Use the graph to estimate the amount of time the company has to achieve this goal. So what you're going to do here is fairly simple. And I've taught you this like 1,000 times and we always forget it. But anyway, we have y equals 125,000 times 4/5, and we are raising that to the x power. So you would type that in, and then if we're looking for money, money is our y, right? So we're going to put y equals 25,000, and this would all be in Desmos. So change this to an x. Oops. Y equals, and obviously that can be f of x too, as we know. Y equals 25,000. Excuse me. Let me change this. And we see where they cross, and it crosses at about 7.2. So after you find that in Desmos, see where it crosses to find the x. And x equaled around 7 years. So that's how you would do that. And then here it says estimate the bulldozer's worth for each amount. So now we want to know 50,000, and you could keep all the lines on here. You could do y equals 50,000 and find that one. That's about 4 years. So x equals, oops. X equals 4 years on that one. And then we could do y equals 10,000. And that's this line, and that's about 11 years. So that's what they mean by solving exponential. Whoops, sorry. Is just being able to put that in. So super simple. So basically just kind of this number 2 part, just making sure you can do that. And then here it says, when will the bulldozer be worth $0? So it says, so a lot of times it looks like this line is all on 0 when you like the curve or whatever. It gets very close to 0, but if you keep zooming in, you see how it gets really, 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 really small. So we can still type that in and see, but a lot of times it doesn't even get to 0. Like there's no real crossing point, it doesn't look like. Oh, maybe it's over here? No, it doesn't really seem like there's a huge crossing point, and then that would be too many years anyway. So it may not even get to 0 at that point. So that's what they mean there for that one, is like how to solve. Is put your equation in, put what you're looking for. Remember, if we wanted to know how much money in 10 years, we would do the opposite. We would put x equals 10 and see where it crosses. So you just, again, like I say multiple times, you have to know. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. You have to know what your x and y equal. So here in 10 years, it would be worth $13,421. So anyway, there we go. Another thing you might see on Mathia is something like this. It's probably going to be easier if I just use my finger. You might see it's also called solving exponential, but you'd have like 2 to the x plus 1 equals 32. You may have, it could be anything. You could have 3 to the 2x plus 1 equals, let's see, 27 or something. Anyway, so in order to solve these, there's algebraic ways to do it. But again, we have Desmos, is type this in as y equals and type this in as y equals, and we should be able to figure it out. So type y equals 2. Now, when you do this, when you raise it, you have to put it in parentheses, x plus 1. And then y equals 32. Let's press home here. And we see where it crosses, and the answer is 4. So when you see something like this, they'll want to know what x equals, and x equals 4. So it's so much more simple than the way that they wanted us to show you. So if we did this one, we want to know what x equals. And again, you'll see this on Matthias somewhere. Sorry. 3 raised to the 2x plus 1. Whoops, I forgot. I told you guys you have to do this in parentheses, and then I didn't do it. And then y equals 27. And the x would be 1 there. So that's another way of solving. So that's pretty much it. And then when you're finished, you're going to work on this unit 5. And again, hopefully I'll be back on Wednesday to pick up the pieces. Just if you have any questions, feel free to email me and I can get to you as soon as possible. But yeah, that's what you're doing for today, Tuesday. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. Have a good day.